Hi, castmates. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Right After. I am your host, Wellington Gomez, and I am here with
Ricky B.
the one and only executive producer of the podcast. How are you?
I'm blessed. It's Sunday. How are you?
It's Sunday. We're recording on a Sunday morning. This is a new schedule for us.
Yes, Wellington runs a tight ship, guys.
Ciao, because if like I can't keep how you call it? um sacrificing all of that. Like first we was willing to sacrifice Friday nights, now it's Sunday mornings. Like I need y'all to listen to this episodes, honey, because we are sacrificing our time, but
We
we love
gotta
it.
put the pain in. We gotta put the
we,
pain in.
and we gotta get in the paint chat.
We do.
But thank you so much for listening, and make sure you subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you're
Yes.
watching us virtually, then make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel on the Reality Rundown YouTube channel. And of course, we're brought to you by the Reality Rundown. So make sure you go on Instagram and follow the Reality Rundown for the latest news on reality TV. So this episode, Beverly Hills is bad girl, the grand dame of housewives,
Hmm.
the one
Hmm.
and only, the record breaking in the new age, of course. Like this is all in the new age.
We could.
But currently, the number one housewife franchise is back, Beverly Hills. Um, some of the things that happened in the premiere were very gaggy. I think it was one of the best premieres that they've had.
Hmm.
I think it was great because in the last two seasons, Beverly Hills was kind of slow.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to figure out where to go after all the Lisa Renna and Kathy drama,
Right.
and it was like, how do we recoup this?
Right.
So seeing a new season premiere be this strong, Dorit season 7, Dorit is back. She is not playing with anybody,
She lost her
and
accent. Mother did not come to play.
mother did not come. She said, "I am no longer European, baby. I am from Connecticut, and y'all gonna get these hands."
Maine.
Um, and 3 minutes into the show, she's like, "Yeah, PK is a alcoholic. He's a mess, and I'm over him." I said, "Honey, if Dorit is dragging PK this fast into the episode, we are in for a good season." What was your thoughts when you saw that?
I don't know if I can share my thoughts about why their marriage is on the fritz because I don't want to be one of those girls, right?
But I think free speech is everything.
I will say that the robbery caused a real shift in their marriage.
I would agree.
I like PK though, like individually as like when I think about the husband, the Bravo husband universe, I
Yeah.
like PK. I like PK. And what I tend to find with the older guys is they be gagging and gooping. So I'm interested to see how this rolls out on camera and if they'll be hashing it out on camera. But I do like when the girls come to work and Dorit was like, I'm coming to work.
Right.
I'm coming to work.
She came to work, and also, no shade, shout out to PK for coming to work too, because at the end of the day, PK has become, there has been this fame that PK has been able to benefit from this show.
Correct.
He might already been rich, but we didn't know who the fuck PK was until
Correct.
we saw him on this show. So I do appreciate PK willing to like still be open with the cameras when it comes to the mess, because a lot of house husbands, they like to reap the benefits of housewives, and
But they
then
don't.
when things get rough, aka Juan Dixon, they like to not show anything to the cameras and not want to talk about it. So
That's why we
you know
love a Gregory. We love a Greg Leaks. We love a Peter Thomas. Okay. We love a Gorga.
we love a Gordon on Potomac right now.
First of all, Gordon is the house husband next to Greg.
No, he really is. Like he really is. Like
He's
we're gonna get into Potomac later. Like let's not even get too much into it. Um, Cal's personal struggles in the premiere. Cal is adjusting to life without Mauricio and her daughters, so she's empty nesting at home. She opened up about questioning her sexuality and addressed the rumors surrounding her connection with Morgan. She said it was nothing but a friendship. She no longer wants to talk or even mention her name on the show after we went a whole season talking about her and you did a whole music video where you and her were kissing, which didn't help the all of the rumors about you being a lesbian, you know? Like I feel like it's kind of like you can't throw the rock and then hide your hand. Like last season, you threw the rock. You were playing in our faces. You fueled this storyline about you possibly questioning your sexuality. You knew what was playing on camera and what was playing in the social media streets, and you decided to keep fueling it after you decided to shoot that video. And then you never really got on camera or even at the reunion said, I am not gay. I am not bi. That is my sis. We were doing some shit just for the kiki, but y'all know better than that. You never really gave that answer. At the reunion, you sat down and said, it's been changing for me. Like, and then when Andy asked you, like, do you like girls? You were like, changes have been made.
Like, girl, please. Kyle is, I'm just over Kyle and the dramatics and the chronic victimization of things that she creates. Like, I have bumped many a pocketbook. It's okay, girl. It's a part of life. You were dealing with that girl.
right.
It seems like she has buyer's remorse. Like, okay, me and Mauricio were on the fritz. I'm running around, bumping pocketbooks, coins falling out, right?
Coins falling out left and right. Bills, baby. Not even coins. Dollar bills.
You're getting matching tattoos and music videos and
She
whatever.
coming down to the Beverly Hills to film with you on camera.
So now I feel like maybe she's missing her husband. She's, the impact of that she was probably unsavory for her. Now that she's thinking about, so she's trying to walk it back or avoid it or get rid of it. But the best way to never let, as Funky Dineva would say, never let somebody spray you with your own tea. Just talk about it. I was depressed. I always wanted to explore that. I did. It was fun. She's still my girl. We're not dating, but I'm looking onward and upward.
Right.
That's it, Kyle. Kyle will never be a Kathy. So.
Will never. Yeah, so I need her to kind of like just be open. I feel like when it comes to all of these ladies, and mind you, I am a Kyle fan, but when it comes to all of these ladies, I do feel like no shade. That Kyle is one of the ones that really doesn't let us see her true life. Like she shows us certain things that she can avoid. Of course, the divorce with Mauricio, because it's not like Mauricio is making it easy for her to deny it. He's over here kissing new young girls down to the TMC almost every month. But when it comes to the whole Morgan thing, like even Garcelle caught it. She was like, girl, like you were the one that created this. Anyways. Sutton's surrealism party. I said finally money is back on camera.
I love Sutton.
Finally opulence. Let's I'm having a party on my tennis court. Like
a white
back. I love Sutton down. Sutton hosted an extravagant Salvador Dali inspired event. Guests including Newbie, Bose, St. John showcased wild fashions and themes. Who was your favorite dress out of everybody? I really loved Erica James.
I would say I can never give her 10. I don't like her. So I can never give her a 10. But Erica James, like one thing she's gonna do is play the girls down. One thing she's gonna do is show up and show out. But I can never give her a 10.
A lot of people were talking about Dorit's like disc moment, and I honestly didn't mind the little disc moment. I feel like it was like cute on her. I do agree though, on the after show, Dorit and Bose were talking about the fashions, and they were saying how Sutton should have been more grand, seeing that she was the one hosting the party, and they felt like she was just wearing a little black dress with horns. And I do agree with that. Like I feel like something like you kind of like missed the mark when it came to what you were wearing, and then you try to clock Dorit about her dress not being not
Yeah.
being in theme. But mama, you're wearing a dress from JC Penney that's black, and you're wearing horns on your head.
So Sutton said, I don't have the gallivant. My house is the gallivant, honey. My house is dressed. Okay, this party is dressed. Be clear.
um
The pocketbook is dressed, girls. Don't come for Sutton.
there was something that I wanted to know if you clocked it. Did you see when Kathy Hilton was taking off her tracks
No.
at the dinner table?
She's crazy.
She started taking off
Auntie
her.
said these clip-ins is a little too tight. Pop, pop.
She was, I think they were itching or something. She was not having it, and she started taking off her tracks. And Bozoma was just like, "That's crazy! Like I've never experienced that in my life." And I saw someone on Twitter that kind of like pointed out the obvious, like. If that was Garcelle of Bose, it would have been such a different story from the women, even at the table.
Yeah.
Like because it's Kathy, and because it's a white woman, it's so funny. Whatever. I'm like, God, she's so crazy. She's taking off her tracks at the dinner table. But let it be Garcelle.
Yeah. And I think it's because she's older too. Like when you're older, it's like this lady. Like when Karen
Right.
was trying to fix her wig that day at the table and it was sliding back. It's just kind of like,
But I feel like
yeah,
there's a difference between Karen's wig in a table full of black women than like Kathy pulling out her tracks.
yeah. It
In a,
was a
in
hot
a
mess. It was a hot mess. And had it been a black woman, definitely would have been received differently. But I can't help but think this is why we love Kathy.
yeah, right.
What to do.
And then another thing that someone clocked on Twitter was that right after the track moment, then she introduces herself to Bose, even though they kind of like know each other, and and she's like, "Boss," and Bose is like, "No, Bose," and she's
Mhm,
like, "No, your name is Boss. Your name is Boss," and she's
mhm,
like, and then she like kind of cleans it up, and she's like, "Because you're the boss."
mhm.
So people were on Twitter like, Kathy needs to calm down and just do jokes and geekiness.
I don't, I'm never on their side, but I don't think Kathy is ill intentioned. I will
I
say
don't
that.
think so either. I don't think so either. I just think that she needs to not test the waters
Yeah, I
because I
like
do
that
feel
both corrected her.
right, right. As a
What Boss,
corporate baddie would.
yeah, but I feel like because what Boss is doing different from I feel like when Garcelle first came on the show, she was letting a lot slide,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
I like that Bose is coming in like
Right.
much.
We saw the episode. Well, talking about Bose, what do you think about her new addition to the show? What do you think about her general thoughts?
I think she's pretty, beautiful
Mm-hmm.
gowns. I don't know yet. I'm liking her so
Right.
far. It's just I don't know. She didn't clock in at all in the first episode, but she's a newbie, so I'm excited to see. I know she's famed in the corporate world. I know she's a big mover and shaker and is a big personality in real life. So, excuse me, is that the universe telling me she's a bore? But no, I really appreciate her addition to the cast, and I'm excited to see what she's gonna offer. But the jury is still out on
The
the.
jury is still out. I am here for everybody black joining any of these shows. So like automatically it's gonna be like I'm here for you. But let me not be mistaken. I will still call you out if you're a mess. So I do feel like Beverly Hills struggles with the way they introduce new members into this group, specifically because this group has such deep rooted history and there's so many like um veterans on this show still.
Yeah,
And like Garcelle has been on the show for 5 years. Isn't that crazy?
that is
Like
crazy.
to me, Garcelle joined last season still. Like I still think as Garcelle as kind of like as a newbie because she's
Yeah,
so detached from like this group low key. But she's been on the show for 5 seasons already, which is crazy.
yeah,
So there's a lot of like veterans on this show. So I feel like they kind of do a really bad like there's scene. Why are we seeing Kathy home scenes before we see Bo's home scenes? And Bo's is an actual housewife. You know, like
Right. I
I feel
think they
like
do it backwards. Like I feel like they walk, but they are walking bows in like you will walk any. Like I feel like most franchises will be like, oh, this is new person, pop, 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 pop. But like Beverly Hills tends to walk it how you will walk a regular friendship in, like bits and pieces. Like let's get to know you before we splash you. Let's. I feel like similar to how I feel about New York, the old New York is Beverly Hills cast can be real rigid. So I think because she's Bose and she's a black woman and she's chocolate, that core audience, I think they have to like sprinkle it in, ease it in,
right,
so they don't jump out the window. Like, why is
right.
that's what I think it is, but you know.
I don't think she'll have a problem being liked because she gets along with Kathy and she's Team Dorit this season and Dorit has the fan base this season.
Mhm.
So people are loving the fact that she's kind of like Team Dorit and defending her. Talking about Team Dorit, a heated confrontation between Dorit and Kyle is what ends the episode of the premiere. Well, Dorit is basically telling Kyle, like, honey, like, I'm done. I'm done with you. You being fake. You being a very fake friend. And I'm here to call you out on it
Mhm.
because what the fuck? And also, like, when you went on Amazon Live and you try to make it seem like our relationship was fake and that we've only vacationed one time and that we were really not that close friends, that hurt me because I was there for you when your man was over here cheating on you and all of the above. And she
Classy.
called her out on it. And Kyle, like, Kyle walked away. She did not expect Dorit to be this activated.
Right.
And Dorit hasn't been activated in many seasons. So I can understand her saying not expecting it. But Kyle being like, I don't even know this Dorit. You know this Dorit. This is season 7 Dorit.
Yeah.
You know her.
I can't stand Kyle's victim, like it grinds my gears. Like we are friends, we have been friends. You got all bent out of shape because of something I said, and then you started to treat me badly, and I want to talk to you about it. And instead of you just being like, girl, you got on my nerves. I was already dealing with a lot, and you going out there saying that it really got on my nerves. But we all know in the Housewives universe, when you get on Watch What Happens Live or these different interviews, you throw a little shade, you throw a little bone. That's
Right.
what keeps the show spicy. So, girl, they said we have a fake friendship. Okay, it's gonna be real fake going forward, bitch.
Right, I agree. And I'm really interested to see where this situation goes between Kyle and Dorit. Clearly, this is like the big drama of the season. So hopefully it carries out through the season.
Yeah,
And so far, in real time, they're still beefing. So I love a beef that transcends the show. So keep the beef,
keep the beef
give
going.
us everything. Moving on to the DMV, Potomac episode season 9 episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
Karen opened up about her ongoing legal stress, the poor grand dame, our mother, she's going through it. A heartfelt conversation with her cousin David revealed how deeply personal challenges like losing her parents and financial hurdles have weighted on her and contributed to her decline that one day. Um, so sad for mother.
I am sad for mother. I hope she prevails in court. She shouldn't be drinking and driving, as I've always said. But
Right,
I got her, and so I personally don't care.
right,
She's older. She's living her life. She's acquiring more fame and more notoriety, and she's in her late 60s. So let's give her some bail. Shoot her some bail. Hopefully, she gets the help she needs in court and not jail.
right. I agree. Ashley shared progress in her personal life. There was a very awkward and like tense conversation between her and her mom. And her mom is going through it. Her mom is going through it. A lot of people were feeling like, Ashley, like, why are you not helping out your mom? Like, you're making money. You're making money. You're making enough amount of money that you can help out your mom. Why is
Agree.
your mom? Why is your mom not like? Is there not a room in your house? I feel like it's such a disconnect from like the black experience of like you never let your parents down, and if your parents are ever in a situation where like they need you, it's like you don't even think about it type shit. So however, someone else pointed something out that made sense is that Ashley's mom has a detrimental person that she's laying down in bed with every night. And Ashley has already expressed her frustrations and her concerns when it comes to her mom's man. He doesn't work. Her mom is the one that pays all the bills and that work towards paying all the bills, and he's just freeloading in her house. Ashley feels like since he's not contributing financially, you should not let this motherfucker live with you, and you should not be paying for everything while you have a man that's not doing anything for you. So in that sense, I could understand Ashley's hesitation to wanting to help her mom out, but at the same time, if it was me, I'm still helping my mom out.
Yeah, I think two things can be true, right? Whether the man lives there or not, she still has to cover her bills. And so
Right.
I was making a upwards of $600,000 a year. I'm not gonna have my mom working 12-hour shifts in her elder age if I can mitigate that. And that's not to say giving her tens of thousands of dollars, but I'm sure paying her rent monthly is not going to put a dent in Ashley's pocket, or at least giving
Right.
her a small monthly allowance is not really going to put a dent, but it will allow her to work 40 hours a week and not 60 or 80 in her elder age. So I don't know, Ashley. That's a little yucky for me.
Yeah.
Um, I can't get behind that. I don't know. It is Black culture to care for your elders. I don't know if some of her other genetics are
Are
creeping.
playing are playing.
I just could imagine having the means and not helping my mom out,
I
regardless
would
of
I
that man.
Yeah. I'm praying for her relationship with her mom, and they have a good relationship, but I'm praying that her mom wakes up, because I do feel like there's something wrong there when it
Yeah,
comes to why are you keeping a man that's not, like, you're a grown woman. You're a grandmother at this point. You
right.
lived a life or two. So why are you keeping a man that's not paying none of your bills?
Hmm.
This is not high school. This is not college. Like, we paying bills. If we're not paying bills, this is not an institution. Get out of my house.
Right.
So prayers over there. Um I'm loving Stacy. I think Stacy is one of, if not the best new addition, one of the top five new additions that we've seen in the last 3 years. She's great. She's funny. She she's a housewife. Like, she has that
Yeah, she
demeanor.
embodies that Black bourgeoisie, housewife,
Mhm.
wealthy
Which is
Black
what
woman.
Potomac is supposed to give.
Yeah, Black
You
women
know,
aren't a monolith. So I think it brings dimension back to the show. So I really like
I
her too.
Yeah, I agree. Her celibate relationship with TJ remains a topic of scrutiny between the women. A lot of women cannot seem to understand. It's so This is another interesting point to me. Black people are religious. We believe in God. It's in us. It's actually, when you find someone that's atheist and black, it's like that population is very small. They're out there, but it's very small. Even when your relationship is not strong, you still
Yeah.
have a foundation in God, Jesus. For the women to seem to be so perplexed about the fact that these two people are being celibate because they want to wait.
Sorry.
Oh, oh, sorry. For the women to be so perplexed that these two people are trying to, be celibate until they get married because they feel like that's what God planned. I find it so funny that they're being so weird about it, when it's like, to me, it's like, oh, okay.
I think you could just, I won't get into Black people in religion because, I go off on my conscious soapbox, but it seems that it's one sided.
Oh, it definitely is.
I think that's what the girls are picking up on because Stacy wants to do it and he doesn't, right? So I
But
think that's the ladies are like, I don't, girl, you don't want to. But my thing also was like, y'all like in y'all 50s, y'all got kids and y'all been hunching for decades. Like, girl, God is already displeased. So I get it. I get it. It's twofold. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if he doesn't, and then I also think housewives, what they like to do is the undercurrent there, because they're and see they think he's one of the girls. They do. I think that's the undertone that they're insinuating. Like he don't want to do it. He's celebrating.
he does not give me that.
He doesn't give me that either. But I think the girl, you know how
Yeah. No, no, no. It's definitely like
That
it's the easy thing to pick up, you know?
exactly. It's cute though. Like I like to see just general. You know, they got a little paint date and excuse me, getting to know each other. I think that's important.
But I just want, like, if any of the Potomac women get to listen to this, or this comes across them, I want them to understand that they're perpetuating stereotypes by doing what they're doing.
Mhm,
Like, men are allowed to not want to have sex with whoever they're dating. Like,
mhm.
that's okay. Like, just because someone is not trying to jump into your pussy does not mean that they're not interested in you or doesn't want to be with you.
Right.
So I want them to, like, pack this up. Also, I find it interesting that Giselle ridicules Stacy's relationship with TJ, and ridicules the fact that TJ wants to go to the zoo and walk in the park. But in a future episode, she's asked what is she's looking for in a man, and she's like, I want someone that is gonna have deep conversations with me, and that is gonna go walk to the park with me. And the producer's like, so you want a TJ? And then she's like, she got gagged. She was like,
Mhm.
no, not TJ. But that's what you want. You talking shit, but that's what you want.
Giselle don't know what she want.
She don't know what she want.
You just know it ain't Jamal.
But at the same time, it fuels that argument when certain people say that Giselle be jealous of the other girls and what they have. And then she uses it against them. Because look how she uses Stacey's relationship with TJ against her. But in reality, that's what she wants.
Giselle can't help herself. It's unconscious at this point. She wants the man. I
Jason
got
was probably banging her out way too long. Her pelvis and her hip were probably gonna, like, dislocate. She's like, I can't do the youngins no more.
You know what's crazy? Jamal got married and his wife had on like this pink and green ensemble. I'm like, is she paying homage to mother? Is she paying homage to the
I'm like, are
Giselle?
they are they now them getting married at Alpha Chapter? I'm like, what is going on?
I'm like, not they paying my homage shit.
I'm like, okay, I get it. We're campaigning for Kamala Harris, but everybody calm down. And if like, I saw some people were saying that it was like Wicked theme, but I'm like, even that's corny. Why would you make your wedding Wicked theme?
Girl, I thought it was Giselle thing with the AKAs, honey. I said,
Oh my God. Wendy celebrated her children's milestones, but was nervous about Eddie's estranged family attending her birthday that she's planning. And what do you think about that? Like, she's definitely, I have mixed feelings, because my whole thing is like, we see that Wendy's trying to create a relationship with Eddie's family. She's extending an olive branch. She's inviting them to this party. I need the mom to stop talking shit on camera. That's not going to help Wendy and Eddie get closer to Eddie's family. Because when Eddie's family watches back and she sees that you've been shady in
mhm.
scenes, it's kind of like, bitch, why would we be close and you're shading our family on camera?
That's true. I think it seems like the family has ulterior motives, possibly for wanting to reconnect. I do think it's good for the kids. So I'm in support because I'm sure they're missing out on uncles and aunties and
Of
cousins.
course.
But the reason why this they weren't didn't want to be engaged with children and Wendy is very disgraceful. So I understand Wendy's mother, like, but at the same time, everybody collectively needs to think about the children and Eddie.
And Eddie. That's like, Eddie's a good husband from what we see. And
His family dead ass wrong though.
his family is wrong, but
Like I
I
couldn't
wanted I
imagine not dating, not liking my son's wife, and then having nothing to do with the kids in the family. That's
right.
so
That's
disgraceful to me.
that's insane to me. It's really insane to me. But I want to know how that, like, I feel like in all of this, the only emotions that I really don't know is Eddie's. Like, he's talked about it very briefly, but I want to know how he truly feels, because it's like, he's also Nigerian. So they have that family. You know how Nigerians are when it comes to family. So even though, yes, his family is doing something that's detrimental to his new direct family, there's still some hurt there, I can assume, from the
Yes,
this
I would feel
you know
devastated if my family they're just wrong. You can't. Like we're way past caste systems. Just like you get married to um, a man from El Salvador, and your mom's like, "Oh, he's not Dominican. Nothing to do with you and the kids." Like these are still extensions of me at the end of the day.
Right. Right.
And Wendy's not going nowhere.
Right. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Next,
Um,
Tamika.
next topic to me. So Jassy hosted a gathering to celebrate her boyfriend Darius, showcasing his Super Bowl win. A candid conversation revealed Mia's past hospitalization for pain pill overdose and stemming from a C-section recovery that she had. Mia apologized and the two tentatively agreed to move forward, though Karen warned that she could still go low if needed. So the girls were really trying to make sure that Mia and Karen got to a better place by talking after, Karen said that Mia had a pill overdose. And the girls were like, girl, Karen, you tried to insinuate that the Mia had a pill problem and that's why she overdosed. But was that a pill problem?
Yes, if you overdose on pain pills, you had a problem, sis. Mia is such a pathological liar and a narcissist. I can't stand her. And I need the girls to get together and scalp her like they got together and scalped Kim Zolciak, that one reunion, Nene, Candy, and Kenya.
Girl, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it's starting to get to the point where like Mia's lies are like they're too
It's
noticeable.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Like they're like ridiculous. Like I wanna know who's gonna win between her and Drew because it's just
Drew
starting to.
asked like, why is she lying so much though? Like, why?
It's not necessary. It's
The
not
thing that
necessary.
really pissed me off is the son might be Ink's child, Mia.
Mia struggled to navigate co-parenting and her new relationship dynamic with Ink. Gordon, her soon-to-be ex-husband, refused to engage with Ink in the room or wanting to co-parent with Ink in the room. Do you feel like Mia is taking advantage of Gordon?
I do. I think a lot of people suffer from mental illness, bipolar disorder. I feel like she's trying to use his disorder as a reason for why she was cheating and a
Mm-hmm.
reason for why she's with Ink. And then, oh, it's just so hard to manage. But realistically, from the conversation, is like if that child is potentially Gordon's child, I mean, Ink's child, and you had to be sleeping with Ink way back when, right?
Right.
So, and
Which
if
she
he
was.
is sick and unwell, why are you trying to have these conversations with him if you know that he's not equipped to have them? He's well within his rights to say, we are not a co-parent, we're not a throuple.
Right.
You're my wife, you cheated on me, and you're now public with your side dude trying to make us co-parent. Y'all aren't married. These are my children. The audacity, I think, is disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm judging
I
her. And
also, you know what, and this is a note to production. One of the things that I'm really judging production on is the fact that we're 7 episodes in or whatnot, and we have not seen one scene of Mia and Gordon with a therapist. One. I feel like y'all know already that this man has mental health issues.
right.
The ethical thing to do is at least let us make them go to therapy.
Right.
Why have not, like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Not one scene in all of these conversations that are happening with the kids in the room and yada yada yada. Like, I feel like I get it, we're trying to make a show, but also let's show some dimension. I feel like sometimes Housewives used to be the place where like the producers would kind of help the women
Right.
fix their problems because they will force them. You should go to therapy with your husband.
Right.
We're gonna film it, but it's but we tell them that it's for the show, and like at least the conversation will get started. You
Right.
know, like why are you guys like I don't know. It feels weird to me that
It's
we
just
know
so weird to me. I'm just
it feels weird to me. It feels weird to me because we know that these are uh episodes, as Mia calls them, that he's having. So if we know that he's having these mania episodes,
for
why are why are we not showcasing him getting help?
yeah. I
It's
just don't
weird.
know.
Like
I
if he
don't
does not get help all season and we do not see how Gordon is somehow getting help the entire season, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
I
Because
genuinely don't think I don't think Gordon would even um I don't even think Gordon would participate because I don't think that's what it is. I think Mia is lying.
about the Gordon situation,
I think he has been mean to her. I think he has been hard to deal with, but I don't think that
he has
he's
a diagnosed bipolar
this
issue.
he might be bipolar. I don't think he's this manic, crazy person that she's making him out to be. You're making him crazy. You coming in saying that his son ain't his. You're coming in saying his son might not be his, and then he's like, "You and Ink could get the fuck on," and then
Right.
now you're crying. What, like, what, you know?
Right. I get it, honey. I get it.
I
Well,
just vibe with her. I really don't.
um during the Bravo Fan Fest event that happened in Miami, she said that she really wished that production will showcase the positive moments of co-parenting between her and Gordon that happened on camera. She feels that production is focusing heavy on the bad moments, but she filmed a lot of good moments that she feels were like representative of how the relationship actually is, and she feels like production is not really doing that. So she's blaming the edit.
It might be a little of both. I'll give her that. But at the same time, girl, gone.
Moving on to another coast, Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, episode 10.
I like these girls. I really
I
like these girls this season.
these girls, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have this issue with Salt Lake City where I feel like they are way too produced themselves. I feel like a lot of them like to do certain things for the camera that really don't make sense. And
Heather.
I have a problem with that. Like I don't need um not organic stuff to pop up, and I feel like a lot of them are so pressed about making a good show and being dramatic that sometimes it doesn't feel organic, and it just feels like you're doing this because the camera's rolling, and to me that doesn't land. It lands with a lot of fans, but to me it just doesn't. So I was really apprehensive about this new season because yeah, they deliver, and yeah, there's a lot of drama going on, but to me not all drama is good drama.
Right.
So when now, however, 10 episodes in, these girls are clocked in.
Clocked.
These girls are clocked in. Read for read, shade for shade, whack for whack.
Whack for whack, Henny.
Um, the last thing we see is this Audrey Hepburn inspired dinner that the mother, Mary
She
Cosby,
said,
is
I'm rich.
hosting.
No, I'm rich.
No, very rich. She even invited Brittany to the dinner, and they clocked her. They were like, Mary, we're so surprised that you invited Brittany because you really don't like her. And she was like, I only invited her because I wanted her to see that I'm not poor.
My mother. That's my
Girl,
mother.
that's how you gag a girl. That's how you gag a girl. You probably think that I'm ghetto. You probably think that I have a ratchet ass house. You probably think that I don't got nothing.
But one thing I do have is a coin.
It's a coin, baby. She opened a $20,000 bottle just for her and Angie, and she told the butler, "Just serve me and Angie, not the other girls."
I live.
Do you imagine doing that at a dinner table?
I live for Mary Cosby.
Um, Lisa Barlow rewrites the history of the Palm Springs trip, telling Heather her own version of events and claiming that Todd tried to get her to leave unless she resolved things with Bronwyn. Meanwhile, Heather feels left out and irritated by Lisa's narrative. The girls are kind of coming crazy. Bronwyn is all it kind of feels like Bronwyn against everybody at this point. And what do you think about the hot Todd situation and Todd's telling Lisa and John that if they didn't stop the bickering, they needed to go?
I think people were trying to peg Todd as like this abuser and this mean guy. I think he was spot on. Personally, I paid for it for my wife, and if you're going to be mean to her, you can exit stage left. We're not.
Now,
I don't want to talk about my daughter and her family. It's none of your fucking business.
right,
If you have a problem with it, you can exit stage left.
right.
And I think he had a right. I appreciated that he defended her, and I don't like the narrative to create the narrative around him being abusive, and I think that's what they're trying to
Yeah,
do, and I really don't like that. And so, um, I agree with him 100%. Like, you're not going to be mean to my wife on my dime, so figure it out. And
yeah.
Heather, I've
Heather,
always said
Heather
Heather is.
was upset that she wasn't invited.
Yeah, I always said Heather is a mean girl. She's always been a mean girl to me, conniving from pulling strings from the back, right? And I
Learn from
think,
the best, Jen
right,
Shaw.
and I think Bronwyn clocked her, especially when she
Mhm.
came to her house and said, "Okay, I'm willing to apologize, but sister, you're not innocent." And I think Heather wants Bronwyn to like bow down and kiss her feet, and it's just not happening. And so I feel like the way Lisa and Heather and them are attacking her is very disingenuous. But what I will say is she's handling them with ease. She's not backing down.
She's not. She's not. And I think that to the point that you make that Heather wants Bronwyn to bow down to her, um baby, like we said, no
Bow
one
down to Lisa.
bow down to Lisa and honestly bow down to her herself. I feel like Heather wants the new girls to bow down to them as OGs. And I need to remind everybody again, like we said in a previous episode, there's no Queen Bee on this cast. There's no kissing the ring.
There's
Y'all
no
are
ring for this.
there's no ring to kiss. Y'all are all a mess. Y'all are
Yeah,
all a mess equally. So in a good way, in a house of way, you know.
yeah,
So there's no queen mother. So none of the girls that come in really have to. Of course, they should try to be friends with y'all, but it's no. Well, she was willing to apologize. You should have been willing to apologize. To me, it was weird that Heather walked away from the conversation at Bronwyn's house because it's like Bronwyn clearly wants to apologize. She just wants to feel like, we're all taking accountability. If I'm going to apologize, then you please also apologize to me.
right. And so you don't want to apologize. You don't like me. You can stay home.
Todd is disappointed in Bronwyn's behavior on the trip, calling her actions embarrassing. Bronwyn feels hurt by his comments, and the couple struggles with communication a little bit. Though Todd encourages her to distance herself from the drama. So I think that Todd is very real, He feels like, and no shade, this is something that's very transparent between a lot of new housewives and how they see the husbands, how they see how this show kind of changes them. She's like, girl, like I have not seen you argue so much with other people in our entire life.
Hmm.
You're coming home crying from events. You're always having something to say about every time you're getting together with these women. You're always stressed. You're always in some type of state of anxiety. If
Hmm.
this is not serving you, walk away.
Right. She has to learn how to deal with it better. And I also think for Todd, like her husband, it's like you said, I've known you. Also, he's older, he's wealthy. He like, I'm good. I'm not about to pull no punches. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He don't got nothing to prove and he don't got nothing to gain.
He like, you know how I feel. We not about to be outside on the camera cursing and yelling and acting a fool. Get it together or forget it forever. Because
Forget it.
you'll be off the show next season if y'all don't figure it out. That's
Right.
very much his energy. Like, all right now.
Right.
So
That's really pretty much what it gave, and I find it interesting because I feel like Bronwyn is loving it. She
yeah,
is loving the camera, the glitz and the glam. She does a press tour almost every month. So I'm still waiting for you to come down here, Bronwyn. Come down to the Black Brands. We want to talk to you too, not just us weekly.
I'm dead.
No,
Correct.
I no. Moving forward, I'm pointing. I'm calling everybody out because it's
As
like
you
it's
should.
insane. I have not seen none of this talent talk to black outlets. It's all of the white brands get all of the interviews when they're doing
Okay.
press tours. At least the black talent should talk to black outlets.
Right. Right.
Anyways,
Correct.
Mary hosts an elegant brunch, but tensions still rise when Heather, Bronwyn, and others clash within the brunch. Something that I something that I found is super hilarious was that they had a problem that they all had to fly coach back to Salt Lake City. And Heather was like, I just also found it funny that while you put yourself in first class, you gave everybody else coach. And she said, yeah, bitch, because I bought the flights with my credit card.
This is my credit card. Any other next question, Tamika?
Like this wasn't production's budget.
This was my money, and I used to.
This was my,
And then when she said that the flight was like an hour, I'm like, y'all have to stop. Y'all have to stop. Y'all have to stop. Angie be subtly clocking Lisa. She's like, I was okay with it. I knew you wouldn't be.
clocked. What's the big deal?
Lisa is so rich. Bye, girl. You're not even the richest one on that
Girl,
cast.
if you're so rich, then why didn't you commission a plane?
She tries so hard. It's so annoying.
Oh, I try to book another flight, bitch. If you got money, you find another flight.
She's so annoying.
If you got money, you call Delta and you say kick one of the motherfuckers out. I'm coming.
She's so
You
annoying.
clearly don't got enough. So let's stop acting like we're uber
Barlow
rich.
has one hater in the world. It is I. Heather, I'm over it. Too much filler. Next caller.
The brunch ends in chaos where Meredith and Angie start to argue again. Mary attempts to kind of like calm everybody down. And while she's calming everybody down, she's telling both of them, like, listen, if y'all are not going to listen to me when I say shut the fuck up, y'all both going to have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Meredith did not like that at all. Playing the victim, walks out of the gathering.
I'm over Meredith walking out. Please, Meredith, just handle your handle with that bun and that bang.
That bang?
Yeah. It was a hot mess. I like Meredith. I do. She has so much potential, but she just can't hack it. And I hate a girl who can't hack it.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. Like I used to be a really big Meredith fan. And now I'm just like she's all right. She's not really like I don't know. She's not gagging me, but she's also not disappointing me. Like when the girls call her to the paint, she kind of gets in the paint, but like, you know, I need her to be a
She
little bit more
provides
gaggy.
balance. Yeah, but she provides balance like a Cynthia Bailey, you know.
But I feel like I'm not even looking at her to be the Cynthia Bailey of like if anything, I'm looking at Angie to be the Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I don't
know,
know.
like I I want Whitney to be the Cynthia Bailey because enough of Whitney. Like I don't need
Enough of Whitney. Please,
like
let's decrease
like
Whitney.
please tell I need a producer if you're listening to this. Tell Whitney that this show does not depend on her.
Oh,
Tell her
she's
that
so
she can
annoying.
calm down.
And her voice is fucking annoying. Like, just stop. Like when Mary be gagging her, just shut up, little girl. Because that's really how it's like. Just be quiet. Let Heather
I
and
feel like
Lisa.
Whitney stresses about this show. She's like, oh my God, like, what can I do? And then it's just like, babe, let everybody else earn their check. Calm
Then she's
down.
getting Meredith's phone and she's swiping. I'm like, girl, Meredith said,
Girl, wait,
oh,
did you see when she grabbed that phone? I was so girl.
Meredith said, hold on now.
Girl, I was gagged.
Because why are you scrolling on my phone?
Girl,
Like,
she
what
grabbed
is
you
she doing? She's doing this.
there.
Meredith's head. And then when Meredith's trying to get it, she's holding on to it like they're fighting over her
Yeah.
phone.
They're like, I'm like, what is going on? But to me, it was so awkward. Like, you don't grab someone else's phone like that.
She was out of pocket for that.
She was so out of pocket.
She was way out of pocket.
I was
Like
so gagged. I was so
Meredith was
gagged.
at that point. Meredith was fed up and through.
I was so gagged. Um. Okay, so the next episode is episode 11 of Salt Lake City. I've watched it already. The conversation that you see in this episode between Mary and her son. It's just have a little tissue box next to you when you watch it. Um but yeah, crazy conversation. We can't wait to discuss it next week. So, look forward to that. Okay, so during the Bravo Fan Fest in Miami, we finally got a little sneak peek at the new season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Season 16, Sweet 16. And let me just say, production quality is up, honey. I thought I was watching a movie.
Yeah, I love
Like,
Portia. Portia looks great.
Portia looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She is Bravo's princess. In every panel that Portia was on, she was first chair.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just want to say, looking at all of these shows from Miami, the shows where we saw black talent were the most funny shows out of all of them. Like, the crowd laughed. Andy was giggling the entire time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a testament to like how important these women are to this network,
Right.
because people legitimately laugh while all the other women are acting stupid to make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
These women actually know how to make people laugh with just what they say.
It's the key. It's the key.
It's a key.
Yeah.
Portia Williams recently filed for divorce from Simon to protect her assets, including their shared home. He's been harassing her online.
Mm-hmm.
Tensions flared when Simon blocked her from filming The Real Houses of Atlanta at their home, despite them both owning it 50-50. Portia's legal team stepped in, drafting documents to ensure she could continue filming after the court granted her permission to stay there. Portia made it clear that no one messes with her livelihood, saying, you don't play with me where I make my money."
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you think about all of this like legal shit with Portia? Like, that's gonna be like clearly one of the uh somehow we skipped the matrimony, and like what we're gonna see is just all of the legalities with her divorce.
I think I really enjoyed the continuity. She went to the same lawyer that she had when she divorced Cordell, but she's bigger, badder, better, and we know with Portia, after every divorce comes a huge transformation. So
Right.
I'm excited to see what's going on next with her. And I think, she looks great. The the camera quality looks great. And I'm excited to see, what that
The new
regime,
confessionals. You saw the confessionals, how they do it?
a mother.
Mother.
Everything was great. So it did excite me for Atlanta. So we shall see.
Yeah, yeah. They took a little tip from Dubai doing the zoomed out confessionals where you see the entire
Mm-hmm.
gown. That was really cute. I'm really, really excited for Atlanta. I'm excited to laugh again. I'm excited to like actually enjoy Housewives. And I hope that everybody is with me on this. Let's just enjoy the show.
Mm-hmm.
Please, like, I get it, but let's try to enjoy the show. We seen how many black shows have been canceled this year on this
Mm-hmm.
network. Let's enjoy the one that we have. I know we have Potomac as well, but Potomac doesn't seem to be in danger.
Yeah.
Um,
Married to Medicine.
and Married to Medicine doesn't seem to be in danger either. I
I
need
must
I
say this. Next 17, if they get a 17, I need Portia, I need Kenya, I need Nene, I need Phaedra, I need Candy. Who was the sixth person? And Cynthia. I
And
need it.
Cynthia.
We need it. We deserve it. Like if they're gonna go out, let them go out with a bang, please.
I agree. I think that we saw a episode of Watch What Happens Live recently that aired with Liz and Lohan where Andy mentioned Nene many a times, and that
Mm-hmm.
was something new, and Twitter was going crazy over it.
Lindsay Lohan daddy.
Um,
Lindsay Lohan daddy.
we see that Nene is working with NBC again, so I say, listen, like, strap your boots, put your belt on, let's make a show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a show, and let's get everybody get in the paint, and let's make a show. Let's make a key. Let's win an Emmy, honey. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Leave all the drama beside and let's make good television. That's why all of these people even came together to begin with, to make good television. So
Right.
let's let bygones be bygones. Who cares about the past? We're in this new era of housewives anyways. And let's not act like this is not going to help both sides out.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is gonna help both sides out. So it's a
We need
win-win for me if you think about it.
we need it. We need it. We need it.
Well, anything else, my love?
I don't have anything. Do you?
I don't have anything else either. That is all she wrote, honey. And by she, I mean my second producer. Thank you for an amazing show. This was so dynamic. Make sure that you subscribe on the YouTube at the Reality Rundown so that you can see all of our videos. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, click that notification button so that you can get notified every time we drop an episode, and follow us on Instagram at Reality Right After. And of course, we're brought to you by who? The Reality Rundown. So make sure you go and follow the Reality Rundown on Instagram for all the latest reality TV news. See you next week, Ricky. Bye.